What's good, all my trader and investor homie? It's your boy Kevin. This is Touchdown Trades. I'm your trading BFF, your stock market bestie. In today's video, I'm wearing the money suit. So you know we gotta be talking about the green monster. That's right, the green monster, Hyliion Stock. We're gonna be breaking down all the most recent news, the most recent updates. We haven't done a video on the green monster in a minute. So in today's video, we're going to be doing a deep dive into Hyliion stock. We're going to be going over the recent crash. It's off more than 50% of the recent highs. And we're going to talk about why it's pulling back, doing more than pulling back actually, why it's crashed by more than 50%. We're going to talk about some recent news, some recent updates. Also, a recent partnership with a big company that they just inked that's kind of flying under the radar, and I think it's a bigger deal than people are making it out to be. We'll break down the chart, we'll go over the technical analysis, and we're also going to talk about whether I think we should run for the hills or should we stay and fight. Is Hyliion worth sticking with, or is this a company that we should throw away and just move on to the next battle? That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Also, these videos do take me quite a while to make, and all I ask for in return is to go down there and like the button. Just start clicking all the buttons down there, and I appreciate it. All right, so let's get into this Hyliion news, some Hyliion updates, and as always, let's secure that bag by making sound investments and smart trades. Let's get it. All right. Let's jump right into this Hyliion update. We're going to be breaking down the sell-off. It came off its highs by more than 50%. We're also going to talk about a big partnership that Hyliion just landed. And we're also going to talk we'll also debate whether the sell-off is over or is it going to continue dropping. I'll provide my input on that, talk about what I'm doing with my personal Hyliion position, and where I see this stock going over the next few months. But before we get started, check out the link in the description for Webull if you're looking for a new broker. They are offering 3 free stocks when you sign up with my link and deposit $100 or more. Those 3 free stocks will be valued up to $1,600. You can't beat it. Webull is a great broker. After the video's over, check them out. All right, guys, so let's jump into Hyliion. And I have a rant I want to just get over with really quick, so bear with me. Okay, there's 3 types of people involved in the stock market. You have traders, people who are actively trading the stock market, right? You have investors, people who are looking to invest in a stock for more than a year, and they see long-term either growth or they think the stock is too cheap, undervalued, or they're dividend investors, right? So these type of people are typically making money in the stock market. And number 3, you have idiots. And why are idiots considered idiots in my opinion? I probably can't even spell idiots right, but idiots are idiots because they buy up here at $50 a share. They don't have a plan, and then when the stock drops, they get mad, and then they go in the comment section of every Hyliion YouTube video, and they just roast on Hyliion, and they roast on you for making the Hyliion video. Okay? So if you were a swing trader, for example, and you bought up here at $50, and then the stock crashes down, and you respect your stop loss, you took the position off, you lost some money, but that's fine. You're not an idiot because you respected your stop loss. You realized that you were swing trading this, and it's not a big deal. You took a little L, and that's fine. If you're a long-term investor and you bought up here, you thought there was going to be a post-merger run-up and you were okay with holding it for more than a year or whatever. You're okay with losing, and maybe if it dropped, you were going to add to your position and get that cost average down. That's fine. You had a plan. You're sticking to your plan. But if you bought up here and you just held all the way down your bag holding and you had no plan, then you fall into that 3rd category, and I have no empathy for you. Okay, but if you're the first 2 groups, it sucks, right? It sucks that Hyliion's down, but I think we're going to be okay, and let's talk about why. Hyliion just announced a partnership with American Natural Gas. Actually, it was more than a week ago that this happened, but we haven't recently talked about Hyliion on this channel, so I'm just going to talk about this partnership real quick and why it's so significant. So basically what the deal is American Natural Gas is going to offer Hyliion customers a discount on natural gas. So one of the big turnoffs of people was that Hyliion had that natural gas fallback and that it was a hybrid. Although I think it's a plus, and we'll talk more about that in a second, that was one of the big downsides that people were talking about regarding Hyliion. But now that they have this deal with American Natural Gas, this is going to be kind of correcting one of the faults that people were talking about Hyliion. Oh, it's just hybrid. Hybrid's not the future, right? Well, now they have this big deal with American Natural Gas, and it's going to lower the cost for Hyliion customers to fill up their natural gas with this company. Now let's talk about why I believe Hyliion is the future of clean energy Class 8 trucks. Okay, so their big competition right now is going to be Tesla or Nikola. And I don't see any of these companies really taking off in the Class 8 market for years and years and years. And why is that? It's because the Class 8 truck market is so geared towards just driving for hours and 8 hours straight, as long as you can, making that delivery, turning around and getting back for your next delivery. These truckers do not want to stop and charge their truck. So with a Tesla or a Nikola, you're going to have to stop, 3-4 hours into that trip and charge up your truck. And these truckers aren't down with that. This technology is not ready for Class 8 trucks yet. Years down the road, it will be. They'll be able to drive for 8 hours, hit a 500, 600, 700 mile lick, and make that delivery with an all EV truck years down the road, but it's not there yet. They only got the 300 mile battery with Tesla right now, right? Maybe not even that. But Hyliion has that natural gas fallback that people have been calling a fault, right? But really, in my opinion, that is a plus for this company. Also, if you're an independent trucker, you're not going to have to scrap your old truck. You can throw the hybrid powertrain on there. And why is that important? Because a lot of states like New York and California are imposing restrictions on these big Class 8 trucks that they have to meet certain requirements regarding carbon emissions, and Hyliion is going to be the fastest, cheapest ticket for these truckers to do that. So that crosses these two competitors off the list for me. I'm still in love with Tesla long term in this sector and in their other endeavors, the common consumer cars, the solar, and that type of thing, autonomous driving and the robo-taxis. I hate Nikola. I'm not a believer in Nikola. And I think Hyliion is going to be able to get a foothold in the industry because they're going to be able to sell these trucks, the hybrid trucks, develop that customer base, and build off of that. I know we've talked about this in past videos, but I just can't stress how important that is in my personal belief in this company. Here we have the range. The Tesla range right now is only 500 miles. Not good enough. Nikola, 750 miles, maybe good enough, right? Maybe. But that's if you believe Nikola as a company and what they're telling you is not lies. I don't know if I believe that or not. I don't believe that. And the Hyliion truck has a 1,300 mile range. The trucker is going to be able to make that delivery, right? They're going to be able to drive that 8 hour stretch that they're allotted by the requirements, the legal requirements. You have to stop and take a break. I believe it's every 8 hours if you're a trucker. So they're not going to want to stop unless they absolutely have to. All right, payload capacity. Tesla, only 43,000 pounds. Hyliion, 53,000 pounds. Hyliion, it only takes 10 minutes to recharge the ERX, while Tesla, it takes more than 30 minutes. So if you have a Tesla hybrid Class 8 truck, you drive for 500 miles, you have to stop every 500 miles, wait 30 minutes for that truck to charge. Not gonna work. All right, let's talk about the numbers. We'll talk about the sell-off and whether I think the sell-off is over, right? So unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna be able to break the all-time highs for a while. Let's talk about why. Okay, so we're not projected to have any real revenue until 2022 when we have $344 million of revenue expected. I think we can surpass those numbers, but really they're not going to be doing any real manufacturing until 2022. So 2024 is when the real revenue starts. Over $2 billion expected revenue. I think we can smash through those numbers, and if you're willing to hold until 2024 like I am, it's not a problem, right? look at the percent growth. So next year we have 1,000% growth. The year after that, 4,000, and then it continues over 100% for the next 3-4 years. So if we look at this as a price to sale ratio, like I like to do, we have a market cap of a little bit over $3 billion. So by the year 2024, we'll have a price to sales ratio at about 1.2 something, 1.3, right? So that is too low of a price to sales ratio. So if we can surpass these revenue numbers for a growth company, I think we should have a price to sales ratio of about 10. So I think we can have huge growth in this stock price from now until 2024. If we can beat those revenue numbers, we can see massive growth, maybe 5-6x growth in this stock price. But here's the problem. If you're a short-term trader or you didn't have a plan when you bought at the highs, we're not going to have any earnings reports for a while. We're not going to have any earnings reports showing any revenue at all for at least 12 to 15 months. So if you bought this up here at the highs, there's nothing really to send this stock back up until we start getting some earnings reports showing some revenue beats. I expect to see revenue beats, but those reports aren't going to come out for a minute. So if you're a long-term investor like me, I'm going to use this drop as a place to add. I bought in the small account challenge down here, and I'm looking to add. If we keep dropping, I'll keep adding because I don't care what happens right now. I care what happens when those earning reports start coming out and we're crushing revenue expectations. But if you bought up here and you wanted to sell right after the merger, I think you're out of luck unless some big partnerships happen, unless some big news comes out. That's the only way this is going to come back up. But when we start getting those earnings reports in 12, 15 months, I think that stock is going to make a huge move and break those all-time highs. All right, guys, that's going to wrap this video up. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit the like button for me. If you're not yet a subscriber, consider subscribing, turning on the notification bell so you get alerted every time I post a video. And I just want to reiterate that I wasn't trying to bag on anybody for buying up here at the highs. If you had a plan, I don't blame you at all, right? If you had a plan, I don't blame you. But if you bought up here without a plan, use it as a learning experience and get them next time. All right, guys, that's going to wrap things up. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until next time, peace.